Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm your host Frank Rausen Pereira. Parliament has witnessed continuous disruptions over many issues. One of them was the demand of the legislators from Andhra Pradesh for a special status for their state. This was a promise they claim was made in Parliament when a separate state of Telangana was carved out in 2014. The centre has replied that while granting special status was not possible, Andhra Pradesh could be given a special package that will have the same benefits. Our focus today is to consider in-depth questions about what exactly is special status for states, what are the benefits it confers on individual states, and how does it promote their development. After weeks of making heated political comments, the Telugu Desam party decided to quit the NDA just days after it pulled out 2 ministers from the Narendra Modi government. The party said it was forced to take the action owing to the centre's refusal to grant special category status to Andhra Pradesh. Let's understand what the party meant by special category status.
The second leg of the budget session of Parliament has virtually been washed out. Continuous disruptions have led to no substantial legislative business being transacted in both houses. Members belonging to political parties from Andhra Pradesh, led by the Telugu Desam Party and YSR Congress, have been creating uproar in Parliament demanding a special status for their state.
आंध्र प्रदेश में क्योंकि अगले साल इलेक्शन होने जा रहे हैं और कुछ जब ये तेलंगाना और आंध्र अलग-अलग हुए थे तो कुछ प्रॉमिसेस भी तब की गवर्नमेंट मनमोहन सिंह जी की गवर्नमेंट ने और तब के बीजेपी ने भी ये कहा था कि स्पेशल स्टेटस 5-5 साल के लिए हम बढ़ाते रहेंगे। अब नहीं दिया गया है तो इसके ऊपर ज़्यादा डिस्टर्बेंसेस हाउस को चलने नहीं दे रहे हैं। ये मेन डिस्टर्बेंसेस का कारण है।
States which are granted special category status enjoy several benefits. These include preferential treatment in getting central funds and concession on excise duty to attract industries to the state. A significant 30% of the centre's gross budget also goes to special category states. These states can avail the benefit of debt swapping and debt relief schemes. In the case of centrally sponsored schemes and external aid, special category states get it in the ratio of 90% as grants and 10% as loans, while other states get only 30% of their funds as grants. Special category states also get tax breaks to attract investment. A special category status catalyzes the inflow of private investments and generates employment and additional revenue for the state. Besides, the state can create more welfare-based schemes from the new savings since the centre bears 90% of the expenditure on all centrally sponsored schemes. Further, more grants from the centre helps in building state infrastructure and social sector projects.
ये विशेष राज्य का दर्जा देने की जो प्रथा है वो 1969 में प्रारंभ की गई थी 5th पे कमीशन के रिकमेंडेशन पर और ये दर्जा देने के लिए नेशनल डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल से निर्णय लिया जाता है और इसको एक गडगिल मुखर्जी फार्मूले के तहत ये दर्जा दिया जाता है।
The Constitution of India does not include any provision for categorization of any state as a special category status state. However, in the past, central plan assistance has been given to certain states on grounds that they are historically disadvantaged in comparison to others. The erstwhile Planning Commission body, National Development Council, granted special category status to states based on a number of features. These included hilly and difficult terrain, low population density or the presence of a sizable tribal population, strategic location along international borders, economic and infrastructural backwardness, and non-viable nature of state finances. Jammu and Kashmir was the first state to get special category status, and another 10 states were added over the years, with Uttarakhand being the last in 2010. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Why does a state want special category status? What benefits does the status give to any state? The government has till now given two variations of the status. One, which is called as special status, and the other, the special category status. Before getting into the issue, let's look at what is the difference between the two terms.
Andhra Pradesh has been demanding special category status ever since the division of the state, when Telangana was carved out of it with Hyderabad as its capital. However, the centre is keen on giving special assistance to the state instead of special category status. There is a ranging debate on both these terms. Before getting into the issue, let's look at what is the difference between special category status and special status.
देखिए, स्पेशल स्टेटस जो है वो उसका निर्धारण तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में होता है। आर्टिकल 370 के अंदर J&K स्पेशल स्टेटस है, स्पेशल स्टेटस वाली स्टेट है। इसमें पॉलिटिकल, लेजिस्लेटिव, ये सारी पावर्स भी अलहदा निर्धारित की हुई हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर, तो वो तो हो गई स्पेशल स्टेटस की स्टेट। पर स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस उनमें है जहां मैंने आपको बताया कि जहां लो पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी है, हिली एरिया, ट्रेन्स हैं, बॉर्डर के साथ में लगता है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ज़्यादा नहीं है।
Special status is guaranteed by the Constitution through an act that has to be passed by 2/3 majority in both houses of Parliament. For instance, Jammu and Kashmir enjoys both special status under Article 370 and special category status. It is also the only state in India to have a separate constitution. Many laws that are functional in the rest of India do not extend to the state. Apart from this, Government of India can only interfere in issues such as defence, foreign affairs, finance and communication. Special category status, or SCS, is totally different from the special status. To begin with, it is granted by the National Development Council, an administrative body of the government. It is a classification that the centre gives to assist in the development of states that face geographical and socio-economic disadvantages. In 1969, SCS was for the first time granted to Jammu and Kashmir. 10 more states were added over the years. The National Development Council further laid 5 guidelines to grant the status.
ये जुमला है स्पेशल स्टेटस, बट रियल थिंग इज स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस स्टेट्स। तो SCS स्टेट्स, तो कोई स्पेशल स्टेटस अलग से नहीं है, उसी में जुड़ा हुआ है स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस फॉर स्टेट्स।
Special category status to Andhra Pradesh would entitle it to receive special benefits. These benefits will help the state to attract more investment, which in turn would revive its economy, which according to the state suffered a huge loss after its capital, Hyderabad, was given to Telangana. The central government has however said that Andhra Pradesh doesn't qualify for special category status as it doesn't fulfill any of the conditions stipulated by NDC. The centre has therefore offered Andhra Pradesh a special package that it says is equivalent to the benefits of the special category state. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, recognizing that some regions in the country were historically disadvantaged in contrast to others, the Fifth Finance Commission in 1969 introduced a special category status. So let's take a look at which are the states that have been given special category status over the years and why no more states can be given this status in present circumstances.
As we have already told you, the Constitution of India does not include any provision for categorization of any state in India as a special category state. However, a wide range of safeguards are available to as many as 12 states that have been listed under Articles 371, 371A to 371H and 371J. Article 371I deals with Goa but does not include any provision that can be termed special. The 12 states are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Sikkim, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Karnataka and Goa.
अब जैसा मैंने कहा कि इस 1969 में शुरू हुआ, पहले 3 राज्यों को दिया गया था, जिसमें कि आपके ये आसाम, नागालैंड और JNK हैं। उसके बाद 8 और राज्यों को, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, ऐसे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के राज्य जो हैं उनको दिया गया था। तो केवल कुल 11 राज्यों को ये दिया जा चुका है।
The concept of a special category state was first introduced in 1969 when the 5th Finance Commission sought to provide certain disadvantaged states with preferential treatment in the form of central assistance and tax breaks. This formula was named after the then Deputy Chairman of Planning Commission, Dr. Gadgil Mukherjee. Initially, just 3 states, Assam, Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir were granted special status. During the 4th 5-year plan from 1969 to 1974, the states of Assam, Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir were given special status and they got a share of 9.26% in total plan assistance. Thereafter, from 1974 to 1979, 5 more states were included under special category. These included Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Sikkim and Tripura. In 1990, with the addition of Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram, the states with special category status increased to 10. The state of Uttarakhand was given special category status in 2001. Until 2014-2015, special category status meant these 11 states received a variety of benefits and SOPs. Apart from Andhra Pradesh, which is in the news lately for its demand for special category status, Bihar, Odisha, Rajasthan and Goa have also been demanding special category status. MPs from Andhra Pradesh have caused repeated disruptions in Parliament during the ongoing budget session over this demand.
बिहार सबसे पहले जो मांग कर रहे थे और इसी के ऊपर वहाँ उनकी गवर्नमेंट भी NDA की तरफ आई। ये जो आंध्र प्रदेश वालों ने कहा है ये मांग कर रहे हैं, राजस्थान वाले मांग कर रहे हैं, छत्तीसगढ़ वाले मांग कर रहे हैं, झारखंड वाले मांग कर रहे हैं। तो ये 6 स्टेट्स हैं। अगर आंध्र प्रदेश को देते, जो कि अब देना संभव नहीं है क्योंकि 14th फाइनेंस कमीशन ने मना ही कर दिया है कि अब स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस मत दो। तो ये 6 की और डिमांड्स हैं। फिर रिसोर्सेज बांटने के लिए अगर इस तरीके से सेंटर देगा तो उसके पास भी लिमिटेशन है।
After the dissolution of the Planning Commission and the subsequent constitution of the Niti Aayog, the recommendations of the 14th Finance Commission have been implemented, meaning the Gadgil formula-based grants have been discontinued. But this has been compensated by increasing devolution from the divisible pool to all states from 32% to 42%. The centre says the 14th Finance Commission effectively removed the concept of special category states after its recommendations were accepted in 2015. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but In Depth will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You need models. New models are required to predict. Models are also required to understand phenomena. We need to train enough people in the field on good and advanced modeling. Fundamental lacuna in our understanding in the climate system, which are going to remain and are going to be challenging. One of the things is understanding how clouds affect our climate. That understanding is probably fundamental to our having a good hold on the climate change problem.
Watch Eureka with eminent scientist Professor B.N. Goswami on Saturday 4 p.m, Sunday 12 noon, only on Rajya Sabha Television.
न्यूज पोर्टल और सोशल मीडिया का बढ़ता असर, कैसे रुके झूठ और काबू में आए मनगढ़ंत खबर, क्या कहता है कानून और क्या है मौजूदा नियम, फेक न्यूज रोकने के लिए सरकार के कदम, जानिए देश देशांतर में आज रात 8:30 बजे सिर्फ राज्यसभा टीवी पर।
In our first segment of Policy Watch today, we will analyze the merits of the new law.
Facility that was earlier available only to government employees or employees of government bodies is now been extended to private sector employees who are covered under the Gratuity Act.
This proposed amendment is giving the power to government to enhance time to time as wages increases or inflation increases.
Sure. In our next segment, we will discuss the government's decision to sell enemy properties.
So during the war, the properties those were belonging to the enemy, meaning there were those who left India and went to China or Pakistan, their properties were acquired by the government.
If there is support of the state governments, our centre's determination is pretty clear. I think it can be done in a couple of years also.
Welcome back. You're watching In Depth on Rajya Sabha Television. Well, the Constitution doesn't have any provision to give special category status to any state. But recognizing that some regions were historically disadvantaged, central plan assistance was granted in the past by the National Development Council to some states. Let's understand the formulation of special status category.
Post-independence, a considerable geographical, social, economic and cultural disparity was revealed among all Indian states. Some states had better education, health, social and economic conditions, while others like the northeastern and hill states displayed a lack of development and an absence of government policies. But on the other hand, these states held enormous importance for the country in strategic and geopolitical terms. In the early 1960s, the then government had no concrete plan for the development of these states. Economically weak, the states were unable to manage development work on their own with their limited resources and strengths. Under the circumstances, the centre was left with just two options, either to club these states with their developed neighbours or to provide them with assistance to uplift their condition. Obviously, the second option was chosen and the states were put under special category to assist their development.
ऐसा है कि सेंटर ने ये रियलाइज़ किया या फाइनेंस कमीशन ने रियलाइज़ किया कि कुछ ऐसी स्टेट्स हैं जो कि बहुत बैकवर्ड हैं, कुछ जोग्राफिकल कारण से हैं और कुछ स्पेशल उनका प्रॉब्लम्स हैं बिकॉज कि वो बॉर्डर पे हैं, और कुछ जो हैं बड़ी ट्राइबल पॉपुलेटेड हैं, कहीं बहुत पॉपुलेशन ही कम है इसलिए उनकी इनकम बहुत कम होती है, फाइनेंस उनके बहुत कमज़ोर हैं। तो ऐसे लोगों को स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस देने का उन्होंने प्राविधान रखा 5th पे फाइनेंस कमीशन ने, और उसके आधार पर पहले 3 राज्यों को दिया गया था, ये आसाम, नागालैंड और JNK। उसके बाद फिर धीरे धीरे 8 और राज्यों को, जिसमें कि ज़्यादातर वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के राज्य हैं, उसके अलावा आपका उत्तराखंड है, हिमाचल प्रदेश है, पहाड़ी इलाके जो हैं।
Even when the 5-year plans were implemented, no rules were followed by the centre in the beginning while supporting the economically weaker states. Due to this, each region experienced different quantum of development. The special category issue was first raised in the meeting of the National Development Council with the approval of the D.R. Gadgil formula. The formula evolved in 1969 lays down the allocation of central assistance for state plans in India. Before this, there was no definite formula to grant funds to the states and only scheme-based grants were given. The National Development Council approved the formula under which special category states like Assam, Jammu and Kashmir and Nagaland were given preference. This meant that their needs were first met out of the total pool of the central assistance. The remaining balance of the central assistance was distributed among the remaining states on the basis of the following criteria: 60% on the basis of population, 7.5% on the basis of tax effort, 25% on the basis of per capita state income,
and 7.5% for special problems of individual states.
और फिर अपलिफ्ट के लिए जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि प्राइवेट एंटरप्राइजेज भी इनकरेज हो जाती हैं जब गवर्नमेंट की रिसोर्सेज वहाँ ज़्यादा लगती हैं और उससे एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ती है, पर कैपिटा इनकम वहाँ की बढ़ती है, तो इसलिए डिमांड्स होती हैं।
स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस को के लिए 30% प्लान असिस्टेंस जो था अलग रखा जाता था और 70% बाकी स्टेट्स को दिया जाता था, और उनको भी जो दिया जाता था उसमें जो लोन और ग्रांट का पोर्शन है वो थोड़ा स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस वाले स्टेट्स के लिए ज़्यादा था।
There can't be any denying the fact that special category status catalyzed the economic development of northern and northeastern states, but there still exists a gap in their levels of development when they are compared with other states. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, when there were talks about building a future India in the Constituent Assembly, nobody ever thought that the centre-state relations will become a point of debate. But as the democracy and the multi-party system in the country strengthened, discussion over the rights of states gained momentum. I'm going to leave you with this report.
The first article of the Constitution states that India is a union of states. Interestingly, the union is not based on any mutual agreement among these states. But that is not the matter of debate. The discussion has always been about what are the rights of the centre and the states, and how are the resources of expenditure and revenue shared between them. This debate was not articulated, at least in the first few years after independence. That was because at both the centre and the state level, there existed a single-party rule in the country. By 1970, the scenario changed. Coming out of the shadow of the freedom struggle, the horrors and the misery of the partition, the country witnessed progress. More confident about its independence, the nation saw the expression of regional aspirations, which took center stage and started dominating the national scene.
ये जितनी भी रिसोर्सेज बढ़ती हैं वो संविधान में ही लिखा हुआ है कि किस किस एरिया में टैक्सेशन और इनकम सेंटर कर सकता है और किस किस एरियाज में स्टेट कर सकता है। मज़ेदार बात यह है कि जो कंकरेंट लिस्ट है, टैक्सेशन के लिए कोई कंकरेंट लिस्ट नहीं है। वो जो भी रेजिडुअरी पावर्स होंगी वो सेंटर के पास आती हैं। तो सेंटर के पास जो टैक्सेस हैं उसका प्रोसीड्स ज़्यादा हैं और स्टेट्स के पास जो टैक्सेस आते हैं उसका प्रोसीड्स थोड़ा कम है।
The financial relations and sharing of financial resources between the centre and the states is explained in Chapter 1 of Part 12 of the Constitution. In the Constitution, this division is based on the 1935 Act. States have the right to collect only a few types of taxes, while the federal government is empowered to impose taxes on all the subjects listed in the Union list. State governments collect their share and spend to meet their needs. But in case of federal government, it neither collects taxes nor does it completely spends it.
यही पावर सेंटर को इसलिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने दी है कि ज़रूरत के हिसाब से उनको स्टेट्स में बांटा जा सके, और क्योंकि ज़रूरत कहीं कहीं बहुत ज़्यादा थी तो ये स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस चालू हुआ, जिसको लगा कि अब इसकी डिमांड बहुत बढ़ती जा रही है और केंद्र के पास इतने रिसोर्सेज नहीं हैं कि सबको वो देते जाएं, तो इसलिए 14th फाइनेंस कमीशन ने इसको मना कर दिया।
The federal system laid down in the Constitution specifies three types of relations between the centre and the states: legislative, administrative and financial. Legislative relations between the centre and the states are mentioned from Article 245 to 254 of the Constitution. Article 246 has three lists that clarify which subjects come under the Union and which are under the states. There are also subjects in the concurrent list on which both the centre and the states can make laws. Article 256 to 263 of the Constitution explains the administrative relations between the Union and the centre. Article 266 mentions the Consolidated Fund of India. Article 267 gives power to Parliament and the state legislature to establish a contingency fund of India and states. Under Article 273, the central government provides grants in aid on the export duty of jute and jute products from Assam, Bihar, Odisha and West Bengal. Article 275 states that in emergencies, financial aid has to be provided to the states. There are many other institutions for coordination between the centre and the states. The Planning Commission was established in 1950. On 1st January 2015, it was named Niti Aayog. The National Development Council was formed in 1952. Its work was to make states take part in policy making. Under the State Reorganization Act 1956, the country was divided into 5 parts and provision of regional council for each one was made. The National Integration Council was formed in 1986. The Financial Commission, constituted under Article 280, is still the most important institution. It determines the revenue sharing between the centre and the states. After the 80th Amendment of the Constitution, all the taxes and duties included in the federal list were divided between the Union and the states. It is not applicable on tax or cess on duty. With inputs from Leena Sharma, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.